Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Mutawale, and if you're new here, hi, how you doing? Please don't forget to subscribe if you like what's happening and like my videos and share. That helps a lot. Alright, so today's video is going to be a video about how to lose weight after you had a C-section. As you know guys, I had a C-section a couple months ago. It's basically 4 weeks ago today. So I'm here to talk to you guys about how I lost weight and how you can be able to lose weight the same way that I did. Alright, so first of all, let me give a backstory. I always wondered why people give backstories, but I think it's really important to get a backstory about someone's weight. Okay, so I've always been one of those people who's, if I stand with the thick people, I'm not that thick. If I stand with the thin people, slimmer people, I'm not that slim. I'm not slim thick either. I'm literally right in between. So I've always been like that. I've always had from Form 1, I've always had, like I always say that I've always had this body since I was Form 1 because I kind of grew earlier. I had boobs and whatever stuff earlier. But then, yeah. So I've always had like extra fat, extra thickness around my body, and I'm fine with it, to be honest. I'm really fine with it. So when I fell pregnant the first time, it didn't take me so long to get back to my normal weight. So when I started breastfeeding was literally the worst thing that I did. I'm saying worst when it comes to weight, not worst when it comes to like feeding my baby the nutrients that they need. So I gained lots of weight. I think I gained about 10 kgs after I gave birth to my son, and I really liked it because I was a bit slimmer then because I was coming from college, from university, and I liked it. I liked the weight that I had, so that's the weight that I kind of had for like a long time. So I'd yo-yo between 65 and 70, but 6 years from there, I ended up at around 76 kgs. I had no problem with it because I was going to the gym, I was exercising, and I really felt toned. So I liked my body then. But when I fell pregnant, guys, I tell you this, in my second trimester, I started gaining weight. Okay, first trimester I lost weight, and then the second trimester I gained all the weight plus extra. So in a total I gained 15 kgs from my first semester to my last day in hospital. So I ended up at 88 kgs. I don't know if I'm calculating it right, but I lost weight and then I gained more. So I gained about 15 kgs and I ended up at around 88 kgs going into the hospital, like going to give birth. Right, so my birth story, I think I talked about it. I can show you, I will put a video link down there. I ended up having a C-section, which was an emergency C-section, which I wasn't expecting. So right after that, I had to like Google all the stuff about C-section because I was told I could not exercise. And trust me, I couldn't even exercise because of my incision. I did have the power and the energy, and we all know all about it. If you had a C-section, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So exercising is totally out of the picture. So this is what I did from the day that I had a C-section. Since I told you I wasn't expecting it, the day after, when I was sane, when I was sane, when the medication was a bit out of me, I started Googling about how to lose weight when I had a C-section. Let's talk about exercise first. Like I said, you're not allowed to exercise first time getting older. You don't even have the strength for it. But when I was in hospital, the nurse told me that I need to walk. So she told me that, you know what, I'm gonna hold your baby, walk around the complex and come back. So I was like, no, I'm in pain. And then she was like, no, you know what, you need to just walk, because if you don't walk, you end up with blood clots and you won't heal as quickly as you would want to do. So from the first day in hospital, or that would be the second day after giving birth, I started walking. So I would walk around, like right before lunch and right before breakfast and right before dinner. I'll just like walk around. I gave it a base. I would walk around like upstairs, like the complex upstairs, and just come back. That would be like, I think it was like 129 steps or something. Yeah. So I do use my iPhone for counting steps. Because, okay, I'm going to talk about how important that is to count your steps. Right. So after hospital, when I got back home, I decided I'm going to keep walking. So what I would do is I would wake up like really early in the morning, like around 6 a.m. That's how early I would wake up. And me and my brother-in-law would go walking. So the first times I couldn't walk so far, but it would take me 30 minutes to walk from my house to the corner, which is how I started. And that would be like around 200 steps. And then the next day I'll do 300 steps, like Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then on Thursday, I would do 300 steps. And excuse me. And I would do it in a way that it was a progressive walking. And also I started like, I think it took me 30 minutes the first time, and then as time goes on, you end up realizing it will take you 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 2 minutes to walk the same distance that I used to walk, that I was doing in a day. And when I got to my 6 week checkup, I was doing about 3,500, and I ended up taking my little baby with me. I had a stroller, so I would stroll around with him. When my brother-in-law couldn't come, I would stroll around with him, go around the neighborhood, and come back home. So I think that really helped. That really helped with my incision, with my recovery, and gaining back my strength. And because I couldn't walk as fast as I wanted, and I wasn't as strong as I wanted, my core was straight up ruined. I ended up buying a back support belt. So I will show you in the end. It's really dirty like crazy right now, but I'll show you guys. I just used to put it around my stomach. It supports my back, and I could walk a little bit better. So I suggest you take up walking. And after like your 6 weeks checkup, I asked my doctor if I could exercise, and he said, okay, you need to do some walking. Don't run, no jogging. You need to do walking that won't shake up your incision. So I would do cycling. I've got a bike, so I would cycle around the neighborhood. And also I started going to the gym to walk. And the next exercises that I'm going to talk about will help you with your core. Because after your incision, after your C-section, trust me, your core is messed up. You can't really like get up properly. So yoga. I did lots of yoga, guys. I did yoga. I used to go to the gym. At our gym, there's yoga every Friday. So I would go for like a 1 hour yoga exercise after 6 weeks, right? Yoga and Pilates. Pilates is the best. If you cannot go to a yoga instructor or a Pilates instructor or to the gym, try and do it at home. There's so many videos about it on YouTube. You can just Google and do the things that you could do. So there's also this thing called diastasis recti, which is like your muscles on your core, they separate. So I will show you a picture of how you can check if your muscles are separated, because that makes your tummy look bigger. I had like a two finger separation, and now I'm on one finger and the other parts are literally, there's no separation. So I used to do a bit of some exercises which involves bridges and stuff like that. So if you check yourself for diastasis recti, please make sure that you do the right exercises, because we're all used to doing crunches when you're trying to get rid of our tummy, whereas if you have this condition, you shouldn't do them. So yeah. So much information, so little time. But then you get me when it comes to exercise. So in order for you to heal quickly, you need to exercise. I was saying you need to walk, you need to do Pilates, and you need to do yoga. Alright, so the yoga and the Pilates will help make your core stronger, and as time goes on, you can add up a little bit of some weights, which is what I'm doing now. I'm at 4 months postpartum, and I'm adding on some weights so I can really tone my body down. I've lost about 11 kgs. I'll put some before and after pictures at the end of this video. Let's move on. All right, so the other thing that I want to talk about is massage. You need to have like a C-section massage. There's a video on YouTube as well, which I will probably put some link down below because I can't put in here anymore. Alright, so I'll put a link down below of the massages that you can do after your C-section. This will help with removing the little pouch that comes up when you're like over your C-section. So you need to do your massages and aim to do them like 12 weeks after 12 weeks postpartum, because you can't do them straight away. You need to make sure that your C-section incision has healed before you start doing the massages. And the massages also helps you with, there's this little pain that comes that's really unexplainable, but if you had one, you know what I'm talking about. So the massages helps with that. Right, so moving on, let's talk about what I ate. Okay guys, as you know, I'm on Herbalife. I'm a Herbalife distributor. I told myself that I'm going to be so strict on this Herbalife plan. And because Herbalife has some products that are high in caffeine, I decided to just go on the protein-based products that they use. So this is the Herbalife diet plan. It's 2 meal replacements per day, 1 bigger meal, and also 2 snacks. Because I was breastfeeding, you know, when you're breastfeeding, you kind of have some more cravings. I would have my snacks also. On a regular time, I don't like snacking because I can go crazy when it comes to snacks. But I told myself I'm going to do this and I'm going to snack. Alright, so this is how I did. I would eat my shake in the morning and I would also eat my shake in the evening, and then in the afternoon I would have a meal. My meal would consist of my healthy starch, vegetables and meat. So basically this is like 2 examples of the meals that I would have. I would have sadza. I really like my sadza, so yes, I would have sadza. Sometimes white sadza, or sometimes sadza lemunga. So sadza, vegetables, and whatever meat that we're having that particular day. That's another meal. And the other meal will be obviously my broccoli, cauliflower, carrots meal, and then I would add on meat and probably brown rice or brown pasta. I can't find brown pasta at the moment, but I bought like a lot from SA. This one is what I was using. So that's basically 2 of the meals that I was having. And when it comes to snacks, I knew I would needed to have protein-based snacks. And I knew I was going to go crazy on snacks sometimes, so I would make my own snacks. Okay, this is what I used to do. There's this, on Pinterest, I saw how to make peanut butter biscuits and also oats biscuits, and I would also add like my protein and my Herbalife meal replacement shake, and then I would make my cookies. If you guys want me to show you how I do that, please let me know and I'll show you guys how I do that. Alright, and if you also want me to talk more about Herbalife, please indicate down below and I will talk more about it and show you how I do it and stuff like that. Alright, so that's the kind of meals that I would have. So from the day of coming out of the hospital, I had meal replacement shakes from day 5 out of the hospital up until like 24 days after. That's like 6 weeks after. That's when I ended up like relaxing a little bit, because then I was like really strict on my diet and I would not end up like eating anything else like junk food or whatever stuff. No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't even eat pizza if people bring pizza. So yeah, I suggest those first weeks are the most important weeks that will help you lose all the weight, because you would have like water weight and also like lots of what's it called? You have lots of fat that's going around your body, so you need to like be strict on yourself the first week. But that doesn't mean that you cannot be strict on yourself right after if you have binge watched or did something. And because I was breastfeeding, I had like my appetite was higher, and I would also eat a little bit more when it comes to the portions So now that I'm not breastfeeding anymore, I've reduced my portions to a little bit. I'll show you a picture of the kind of meals that I would make. And this is the obvious one, guys. You need to drink lots of water. Okay, so the two last points that I wanted to share with you is one, you need to check your meals because you end up forgetting what you ate and what you didn't eat. So I like to use my Fitness Pal. My Fitness Pal, I use the free option. You can feed in all the foods that you're eating, and at the end of the day you can end up looking at, oh, I ate this and I wasn't supposed to eat this, so tomorrow you end up doing it a little better. Right, the next thing is the last thing, guys. This is, okay, how can I say this, guys? You need to take time and make time for yourself. Okay, so I know you don't have much time when you're a new mom or even a repeat mom. We don't have time. You have to feed the baby, do this for the baby and stuff like that. So I suggest you make time for yourself early in the morning. If you've got a partner, tell them to help you so that you can make time to do the things that you need to do for yourself so you can be able to lose weight. And the last thing is, it takes time. It doesn't happen straight up. You don't get out of the hospital and you're back to your normal weight. It takes time. Your body needs to heal. You need to love yourself so that your body heals and you end up losing that weight. So I hope this is helpful. I've rambled and rabbled. I can hear my baby crying in the background, so I have to go. So thank you guys so much for watching, and till next time.